Boy, when you think of jazz, the name Maynard Ferguson has to come to mind very quickly. The trumpet-playing jazz legend is visiting Cleveland this holiday. Lucky us for a date at the Pirates Cove in the Flats. In fact, a couple of shows tonight at 7:30 and 10:30, I think.
That's right. It's very nice of you to plug the shows. Thank you.
Nice of you to come in here with us on a holiday. Boy, usually we have a hard time bringing people in on a holiday to be with us, but you're here between dates on the Cool Jazz Festival tours.
Oh, that's right. We just came from Cincinnati with 12,000 wild fans out in Fountain Square. They held it open air.
Right downtown.
Yeah, so that was kind of thrilling, and now I'm on my way to do a show with Mel Torme and a whole bunch of jazz greats. Woody Herman will be there, and we're filming a show in Toronto, Canada, and then I go to the Summerfest and meet my own band again after tonight, of course, because tonight will be with my own orchestra before I fly to Toronto. But then the Summerfest in Milwaukee is one of the great moments of the summer thing.
You talk about your band. This is the same band going to play the Pirates Cove tonight that you had down there for 12,000 people in downtown Cincinnati.
The same band at the same volume.
Let's give them a sample. We've got some film or tape of Maynard Ferguson's current aggregation, so let's show and play a little bit of that. Oh, nothing low-key about that, huh?
No, it's all good fun.
You're going to knock the walls down there tonight. We have more weather information coming in right up to the minute. Let's go to Wilma and to Dan.
We have another weather update for you. Paul Orlowski is at Edgewater, and here is the latest on what to expect weather-wise. Paul?
Oh, Wilma, the pictures probably tell it better than I can. The weather has taken a nasty turn, as you can see. The wind is coming in off the lake very hard. The waves have also taken a nasty...
Back over to Jeff.
We don't want to sound alarmist, but you might remember we had tragically severe weather here in Greater Cleveland on the 4th of July once before, and that's why we're keeping up to this, up to the 2nd, and you should too if you're planning to be out tonight. Back to Maynard Ferguson. I kidded him. I'm going to call him Maynard Ferguson because I've had to go through my life being called Jeff Maynard and to correct people, and I'm talking with somebody who's partly responsible for that because his name is Maynard. Enough of that, but you play a lot on the road. What'd you say, 9 months out of the year?
Yeah, roughly we do, well, one night of tours that amount to 9 months out of the year. The rest is taken up in recordings and television and video and all those things that we also are very deeply involved in, plus music education.
I know that's a big part of what you do these days, teaching young people, going to clinics.
Well, Jeff, I think that's part of my duty, and it's the duty of every musician to pass along his thing and encourage young people into appreciating a wider spectrum of music. You know, it's really all right to love the Beatles and the Cleveland Orchestra and that sort of thing. And I think that's part of what educators are doing nowadays, and it's a very healthy thing for music in general.
Maynard, is a jazz great like yourself at all disappointed that your kind of music has never become the dominant popular music of the United States when it's our creation?
I tell you what, it's very hard to not say that because being dominant is not important. What really is important is being loved and bringing entertainment to people. In other words, that your own art form is a thing that brings pleasure to people. So I bring pleasure to a lot of people. And
that's satisfaction aplenty.
That's satisfaction aplenty. And we've had a lot of success. We've even had hit records and things like that. So we're perhaps even the freaks of the jazz world in the sense that we have enjoyed those kind of successes also.
You take the music to young people in your clinics, and you have a young band. Question occurred to me, do other you're not an old-timer, but other guys who've been around for 30 or 40 years, do they have trouble finding work these days? Seems like a lot of the bands have young musicians.
Well, I think that's mostly because the up-leveling of music education in the schools. Take, for instance, a halftime at a football game. Nowadays, sometimes the halftime is more exciting than the game. And whereas before it used to be, you know, Colonel Bogey just one more time and all that. Nowadays, you'll hear my music or Chuck Mangione and his music, or you'll hear a Quincy Jones thing, and it will be very well done, by the way. So the young musicians are just great, and I enjoy having them in my band and listening to them even when they're not on my band.
Jazz is very much alive and well in the United States. So is Maynard Ferguson, and lucky
I'm
us.
trying not to feel that happy about the weather report.
Oh, yeah, I
but
know.
the weather at the Pirates Cove is just marvelous.
You're going to be packed down there tonight if this rain coming. It's Pirates Cove, 7:30 and 10:30 tonight for Maynard Ferguson and his great band. And thanks for coming by live.
Thank
on
you.
5
Very
today.
nice. Thank you for talking with us, Jeff.
Wilma?